could you tell us a little about yourself and what you currently do in the Navy and what you have done?
Sure. It sounds like an interview. All right. So my name's Tom McGowan. I'm with the Naval Reserves today. I've been active duty and also reserves for almost 27 years now. I'm a commissioned officer, surface warfare officer. And what I have done, 8 years of active duty and the rest for reserve. And I currently drill out of Detroit, Michigan. That's where I go every month.
Okay.
I just came back from Africa for annual training.
Oh,
Republic of Congo.
okay. So, like, what goes on when you go to that training?
You know, there's a lot of training piece of it. I'm the operations department head, and out of that we have 69 people in our unit. And primarily, what we do is we partner with the Western Africa countries, so it's going to be many from the Gulf of Guinea, if you're familiar with the continent of Africa.
Uh-huh.
And it goes from Cote d'Ivoire, which stands for Ivory Coast. It goes all the way down. What we're interested in is Angola. So we help the countries in. What we do, we help them basically figure out how to defend themselves against threats. It could be threats of piracy, threats of it could be illegal fishing, anything that could be disruptive from one country to the other country. So forth. And then we share information and we try to get them African people to almost as good as the United States, but something where they can certainly
defend themselves.
Yeah, and they don't have a real good structure right now as far as standard operating procedures, things that help them drive and to do things, how to react.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
good question. Next question, please.
Where are other places you've been during your time served?
Oh my gosh, the name of the country I've been there pretty much. You know, I've been in Hong Kong, Korea, Singapore, Philippines. It's the West Coast. I mean, I've been in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Europe. I've been all over Europe, England, Italy, you name it. You know.
Do you have any favorites? Or?
Yeah, I think my favorite is back before the Chinese took over Hong Kong. I used to like Hong Kong, and Thailand was pretty neat too.
Yeah.
They're all good countries. They're all different. They're all different cultures. They have. They're not all like us, the Americans. You know, we take for granted. I've been to Haiti after the earthquake. Yeah, they're mobilized after 9/11, after September 11th. So pretty interesting. So no real favorite. Just like going to see the world. I just came back. I was in Germany in January, and I was in Africa in March.
So you really like seeing the world then?
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun, I bet.
Oh yeah.
How did they treat you as servicemen in all the different places?
How they treat us? I mean,
Yeah.
as far as who's they? Would that be our own U.S.?
No, the other people. Like
Oh,
when you go there, they show you a lot of respect, or like.
Yeah, they respect us because we're a nation of, we provide humanitarian aid, disaster relief, so they look at us as allies, helping them out.
Yeah.
Sometimes they ask for freebies a lot of times too, because they know we give.
Yeah. Did they ever ask if too much of you guys, or?
That's too much of us?
Yeah.
You mean they demand they would this and we can only give this sometimes? I mean, they may ask for billions of dollars, we only give them millions.
Yeah. Okay.
So how much of the culture did you get to experience, and were they how much different were they from our culture?
Oh, they're a lot different. I'll give you an example. In Japan, we believe in. They're very team-oriented. It's not it's more we stuff. So if you're going to recognize someone, you got to recognize the team, not an individual.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah, I've heard they're really different there.
Yeah, they're different. And then in Africa, they're a very different culture. They don't work like us. They take breaks. They go on tea breaks. They go on. They're in the middle of something. Like, hey, wait, time out. Don't leave your post, their station. So they walk off the job and sometimes don't come back. You're like, okay, wait till the next day. Hopefully they show. Why are you Paul with the work ethics? Or you got to show this to your friends.
To our teacher.
Oh boy, I got to
Class.
be professional. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So, like, has the way you've been treated around the world changed over the years? Like, maybe when you started, was it any different
Oh,
than
yeah,
it
it's
is
a lot
now?
different. I mean, you had before it was, we're focused on the Russians, Soviet Union at that time, and the collapse. When President Reagan was in office, that's changed. Put it that way. So that was that, and now we're fighting a war on terrorism. You don't know where the terrorists are. They could be abroad or they could be at home here in the United States. Your neighbor could be connected. You don't even know it. So how scary is that? Someone in your school.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, has being in the Navy changed your like impression on the rest of the world? Like how you view it?
I mean, you get a lot of what people see on the radio and TV, and how sometimes the media will focus on something. Could be biased, could be unbiased, but it's a lot of information you get out on TV is not always accurate. So you got to, be in the military, you get to see more of it. You get to be more skeptical, more judgmental in the sense of what's truthful, what's not. We know it's accurate or not. To say ISIS, for example, is JV is farthest from the truth.
Really?
They're all over the world right now, for the most part. You got Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, all the different terrorist groups out there.
Yeah. Scary stuff. So do you have any opinions on, like, the current wars that have happened in Iraq and Afghanistan? Like, your thoughts on it?
Of course I have thoughts, but I'm not going to speak for the Navy. I'm going to speak from my personal opinion. I mean, as far as, I think we're emboldening the enemy in some cases where we don't recognize what the threat is. It's real. It's got to be confronted. I'd rather fight over there than here. Because if we just wait and say they're not going to bother us, they're going to bother us. They want to. Just like 9/11. It's not a matter if it's going to happen. It's going to be a matter of when it's going to happen. Yeah. Like the Boston Marathon, that was a terrorist act. There's a couple of things that you don't realize there's connections.
It's all connected.
Doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing good. Not much left, I don't think.
So what do you think the future holds for the USA soldiers?
For the airmen, the soldiers, the Marines, the Navy sailors, what it holds for us, tough times. It's going to be not getting easier. Again, it's going to take years, if not decades, to fight the enemy. That's the terrorist people.
Yeah.
And as you know, it's not just we're destroying history over there, breaking down mosques and museums, things that are artifacts that have been around for thousands of years being destroyed. You have various factions. You got Sunnis, Shiites, Kurds all fighting each other. So you got we're not going to solve that. We're not world peacekeepers, but or makers, I should say, because no matter who we help, someone else is going to be jealous.
Yeah.
But I think we need to help people, though. So we'll be around.
Do you think because of, like, everything that's happened recently that, like, more people are going to stay away from entering the services, or do you think they'll...
It all depends on the time. I mean, the economy's weak. People aren't going to service. If the economy's good, they're going to get out.
Yeah.
If they have leadership that they don't believe in, they'll get out. If our commander-in-chief's not strong, they don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Kind of like saying,
So, like, all in all, what kind of influence has the Navy had on your career and your life?
Yeah, great career influence because I was commissioned naval officer, went to school, had a scholarship in college, so that had a big career. From that perspective, it's been very good. With 27 years of service now, I'll be retiring next year, 28 years, so it's I'll miss it. So it's been an influence. I have a brother that's in the Navy. My dad was in the Navy, so there's a lot of people in my family that the service, Marine Corps included. So
Yeah.
it definitely had a influence. And well, even after I retired.
Yeah. You think there's anything you change about what you've done?
That would change nothing. Do it all over again.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm sure you've served our country great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
All right. Good job.